What's up, word warriors? Welcome to the next installment of Alchemic Scripting. Interestingly enough, one day after I made the previous video, look at what I found. My copy of The Artist's Way. It was in my car. So, what we're going to be talking about this week is recovering a sense of safety. You're going to find, as a creative individual, especially when you start telling people that you are going to be pursuing your writing, your music, your painting, your dream of being a dancer, an interesting thing starts to happen. We have the little monsters, the wet blankets that are going to come out of the woodwork, and these can be people that you previously very much trusted, best friends, family members, that are going to say very undermining things to you. So I want you to be aware of this, and I want you to, first of all, this week you're going to be addressing, looking at the naysayers in your life from the past and kind of working through those issues by doing some exercises that I describe at the end of this video. This may have been a teacher or your parent, a brother or sister, a best friend, that you were vulnerable and you told them your dream, and they basically told you that your dream was unrealistic. You know, that's real great for a hobby. What's your real plan? Kind of a thing. A little light bulb should be going off in your head right now of several people that have done this to you. Many times, the people that do this to you are shadow artists themselves. What do I mean by shadow artist? You'll find this a lot as they're teachers. They're basically, they failed at their own individual art form, and now they're teaching others. Or, I'm not saying that all teachers do this, because I was an art teacher and I was very encouraging to my students. But basically, they live vicariously through accomplished artists, and so they will definitely put an already accomplished artist way up on a pedestal. But fledgling artists, beware of shadow artists, because they will, at all costs, make you feel inferior. There's a difference between what I call constructive criticism and damaging criticism. Constructive criticism, when you show someone a poem or something of yours, you know that you can listen to their criticism because they first give you a compliment. They tell you what they like about your work. Then they may go on to tell you the things about your work that they think you could improve upon, or something they might like to see different. And that's fine. You know, we can always take those opinions, and we may find some truth in them. I know I love constructive criticism when it comes to my writing, especially because every time I've had an agent look at one of my manuscripts that I sent in, I have always gotten something really big out of the criticism. Whereas if you just blow it off, you're like, whatever, and you don't listen to this person that has more knowledge than you, you don't give yourself the opportunity to grow. So if I open myself up to looking and reviewing at your work, you know, it really doesn't help you to grow as an artist to have someone go, oh, that's so amazing, I love it, oh, it couldn't be better. Oh, that's really wonderful to boost your ego. But in the end, if you're looking to hone your craft, it really doesn't help very much. And so, if you want to work with me and you're following this series, give me an email. I'm going to have that at the end of the video. amyblackford@live.com, live.com. And expect constructive criticism, but it's going to be done in a way that's going to promote growth, not stopping you dead in your tracks. So you have to be very careful of the shadow artists. You see them all around you all the time. So I believe Julia Cameron opens her book this way. You'll find it in week 1. It's on page 25. And the book is designed that you read 1 chapter a week. So I'm going to go ahead, if you went ahead and got the book, to go ahead and read that chapter and then we'll be discussing those points here. If you didn't buy the book, it's okay. You're still going to understand what's going on. You will benefit more if you're serious about your writing than to go get the book, The Artist Way by Julia Cameron. So why is it important for us to, first of all, identify who these shadow artists are that may be currently in our life? Because they can be dangerous. This is not the person you're going to want to bring your unfinished work to for an opinion. Warning, warning, this person is going to rip you one, okay? More than likely, you're going to leave there feeling defeated, feeling like you shouldn't even be pursuing this art form because it's just a big waste of your time, okay? The other thing you need to go back through, a part of healing is identifying and processing the past. And when I say that, I don't mean we just shove things down and we ignore them, because they're down in there. And a lot of times this is where blocks come from. I'm actually coming through a huge creative block right now myself, and it is definitely in correlation to the end of my marriage. And my husband was very supportive of my writing career the entire time, and he was so angry when I wanted to separate that he accused me of using him all those years for my writing, which of course was absolutely not true. However, it did a lot of damage to my creativity and my flow. So it's very important to confront these things as they happen so that you don't become blocked. I'm very excited to say that I've worked through the block now and I'm writing like crazy. So, whew, but it lasted for several years where, I mean, I could write, but it just wasn't magical. It wasn't really in the flow. And so it's really important. I say this, I will only talk about what I experience on a personal level. It's really important to identify events or things that have happened in the past that were said to you in direct correlation to your creativity. Maybe you were called selfish, you're a flaky dreamer, you're not talented enough, who do you think you are? You know, anything along these lines. It's really important that you identify, not so much to demonize the person that said them, because a lot of things get said unconsciously. Just to go back in time and to identify the people and the things that were said and affirm that they're not true and process them. And when I say process them, I mean you identify the problem, the issue, the thing that was said, the person that said it, and then it's really only a matter of saying, I no longer hold that as my truth, and it's gone. It's taking the burning bowl concept a step further. It's digging a little deeper into it. You can even go back and remember the different things that you wrote as clues to point you in the right direction of uncovering these events. Now, I recommend you write what you excavate from your mind down into your morning pages, okay? So go all the way back to as far back as your childhood memories go. You might have one thing that was said to you in each age, you know, starting from the age of 7 or 8 on through. You may only have a few that you really strongly identify with. The issue is not how many things that you identify, it's that you identify the big ones that stand out in your mind and you claim them as untrue. Therefore, you are releasing the power. Words have alchemic principles, people. It's the truth, and it only takes a matter of requesting or identifying and then saying, you know, that just isn't true for me anymore. You need to be your own best friend. Now we're going to tie this into our ascension. Being your own best friend means you're your own guardian. You've got your highest self, God, as your guardian that's out there looking out for you, giving you your answers hopefully now in your channel journal. You're getting things down in your morning pages that you weren't aware of, negative thought processes. But you in your physical form are your own protector. And I recommend, and I have just gone through this process of, I quit looking outside of myself for all of my answers. And I'm actually going to make another video directed at just this, but it really ties into what we're talking about here. Be your own best friend. Don't allow other people to bully you. And although you may be tough on the outside and say, hey, you know, you're not going to bully me. Put them up, put them up. It's what's going on up here and how you feel here in your heart. You may have someone say something to you that's like off the wall, rude, you know, just they say something really hurtful. And then you take that and you continue to punch and beat yourself up with it. Now you are bullying yourself. It's insane, okay? So be your own best friend and make certain that the people that you invite into your little inner circle, especially with your creativity, that you make sure they're the right people. You need to look at your inner artist as a child. This child needs to be able to play and to be free and to feel good and to feel safe, that they can express themselves however they want. And then we're going to find safe people, if we're really interested in honing a craft, such as myself, that you can go to for constructive criticism if it's needed to help you get better, to make that artist grow. But you don't want to go walking into the lion's den, okay? It's not safe, and it's going to shut you down. D-O-double-N. It's just not going to work out for you. And I really want you to avoid that, because you get really excited, you know, if it's a new project, a poem, a short story that you've written, and you just want, basically what you're looking for is approval. Let's go ahead and get real about that. But you have to be very careful about who you're seeking your approval from. And so I'm going to invite you to right now, your art is for yourself. Nurture it, protect it, only show it to select few that you know you can trust. And you can even say, I don't want critique on this. I'm not looking for it to be better. I just want to share it. And that will be respected by me. Okay? And so that is another way for you to protect yourself. If you aren't looking for the criticism and you just want feedback, or you just want an audience, I think I am definitely a safe place for that. So this week, the exercise that I want you to do in closing for recovering a sense of safety, you'll find the exercises are at the end of every chapter. I want you to select and write out one horror story from your Monster Hall of Fame. So the monsters obviously are the people that have bad-mouthed your dream over the years. You do not need to write long or much, but do jot down whatever details come back to you. The room you were in, the way people looked at you, the way you felt, what your parents said or didn't say when you told them about it. Include whatever rankles you about the incident. And then I remember she gave me this real fakey smile and patted my head. You may find it cathartic to draw a sketch of your old monster or to clip out an image that evokes the incident for you. Cartoon trashing your monster, or at least draw a nice red X through it. So that's your assignment for this week. And I encourage you to go buy The Artist's Way. I think it'll be a lot of fun to follow the book as well as this series. And good luck to all of you, my writers, painters, dancers, singers, whatever creative outlet you are harnessing during your ascension. You have the power. You have the power to do whatever it is that you want to do with your life. Much respect and honor to you. Namaste.